this was a moment to say it's about the art when the world of making art just screeched to a halt.
Dream of you here in my suite. The glass and the steel, they feel incomplete.
We the Nighthawks is a 13-track album that pulls from the entire history of everyone who created it. It's a little bit of jazz, it's a little bit of musical theater, it's a little bit of Jacques Brel, it's a little bit of storytelling.
I would describe it, I think, as an experiment, as a way to bring together a type of music which isn't often produced new anymore, pre-rock and roll popular music, with a lyrical sense that comes from a more modern context.
What it truly is a travelogue of story pieces.
It doesn't tell the story of one person, it tells the story of many different characters. But what it does do is go from sadness and happiness and back.
Lecco and Justin have known each other for years, and all of a sudden Justin said, "I've got these lyrics." And Lecco said, "I can make this music."
So I just wrote him until we had more than an album's worth. And we kind of looked at each other and said, this is an album, isn't it?
It's just like from jazz to musical theater to art song to almost something that sounds like aria sometimes. And it's just like every song is just have a very specific story that it tells. This is just perfectly balanced between what it is as an album and what each individual song is telling.
So when we started to write songs together, me and Lecco, we knew we needed a person who could embody different characters, who can play those different little miniature films in front of us. And that person that we found was Kim.
It was clear even from early demos that these were special songs. The lyrics were cinematic and time traveling, which is everything that I'm about, everything that I've been working toward in my career for the past 5 or 6 years.
Kim is a singer. I mean, so much charisma comes from her. She's like a 40s actress, like Gene Tierney or something.
Lots of recording artists can sound beautiful, can sing beautiful notes, but essentially can only play themselves. And Kim can step out of her own life and context and travel to a different time and place. And to me, that's the most magical thing, because she, in her performance, can transport us along with her.
Putting together a project like this is nearly impossible these days. I mean, there's no traditional record company that would go, oh, this is a really good idea, let's spend a whole bunch of money and do this. Lecco, who's a force of nature, was so committed to this project that he couldn't think past the idea that this was going to be fully realized as a fully orchestrated to the depths and length of his imagination.
We're at Dreamland Studios, an absolutely stunning renovated church turned into a palace of sound, one of the greatest places to record music in the Northeast. So we're bringing 19 musicians together for 3 days to record 13 original tunes.
The studio is equipped with some of the best gear you'd ever want to see, from the microphones, the instruments, the technical makeup of the studio.
The moment the little red light is on and you start to hear things that have only been in your head. I've cried more than once in that control room.
Because of the pandemic, a lot of musicians are out of work, of course. So we got our dream team. Everyone is available. This was a group of people that I don't think we ever would have been able to assemble in normal times.
It's kind of disembodying when the songs actually come to life. It feels like they've always been there. I've not ever artistically felt that. I have the sounds that I want in my head, but Joel Moss sees where they're going. It's like this album is this big, beautiful ship, but he knows how to direct it.
Stop at the end of the first bar of E. Let's make sure that that's a real gentle, clean stop. Everything that's happened here in the last couple of days has just been fantastic and uplifting, and I think this is going to make a lot of people smile.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime project. I think for most of us, this is one of the first times that I feel all my musical worlds have come together in one project.
I think the level of this work, the craft that went into the lyrics, the craft that went into the songs, the craft that goes into the performance, speaks to the need that we all have for art in our lives all the time, but especially right now.
Slow, cool water from the ancient spring. Slow, cool water from the ancient spring. Slow, cool water from the ancient spring. Slow, cool